Hey everybody, so we're about to draw. Before you even draw, let's map it out. All right, let's map it out. Let's go at the bottom of the nose and let's see how far down our nose is going to go. Let's go straight across and let's make a little mark. All right, because you don't want your nose to be way down here. You don't want your nose to be way up here. Let's go straight across and I want you to make a mark of where your nose is going to be, okay? Let's do the same thing with the line of the lips, the line that separates those two lips. Let's go straight across, and let's just kind of mark that. Just a little mark so that you know that's kind of what you're shooting for. Okay, this is where the lips are going to come together. The top of the lips, you can make a little mark just so you know, all right, cool, this is about roughly where the top lip will be. This is roughly where the bottom lip will be. Because if you don't do this, you're going to be drawing all over the place, and it's going to make your life miserable. Let's look at the side of the nose. Look how close the side of the nose gets to the edge of the square here. It's very much close to the edge. Same on this side. It's very close to the edge. All right, and if I'm actually drawing a light line down the middle, I could do that on both sides just to kind of remind myself of how this is symmetrical, right? The middle of the nose lines up with the middle of the lips, and that's going to help us keep things balanced. So now what I can do after I have all that set up is you can start wherever you want. I'm going to start with the nose, but notice, folks, the nose, this is where I see students usually make a mistake the most, is the nose has a round part right here. It's round. I want you to make this little U shape right in the middle. That's very important. Sometimes people connect the nostrils. They're not connected. There's a space. All right, and notice how far each nostril goes. It doesn't go all the way to the edge. It goes about here and here. It should be the same size on both sides. So I'm going to go ahead and make my nice little watermelon seed shaped nostril. Boom. And all it is really is just a nice kind of little hole shape. That's where you're going to put some shadows, okay? Now if I take a look, how high up does my nostril curve around? Okay, well if I look at the distance between the bottom of the nostril and the top of the page, it's basically halfway. So I'm going to try and curve this nostril from about the edge here. I'm going to touch that little mark that I made, and I'm just going to bring it in like that. Same thing on this side. I'm going to go straight across. Remember, your face is symmetrical. So if my nostril is this high on this side, it's going to be this high on the exact same place on the opposite side. So I can go straight across, make sure my nostrils line up, and then go ahead and connect, bro. Boom. All right. Now notice I'm actually drawing upside down, but I noticed that these two aren't the same, so I can erase one. Okay, but right now I'm just going to keep moving on. Now for the line of the lips, notice how you could almost just start with like sort of a straight line across, right? You could start with a straight line across. These lips don't quite go all the way to the edge, so they kind of stay really closely lined up with the edge of the nose. So you want to go about as wide as your nose. And then notice how there's a dip right here. Do you see this dip? This dip lines up with the nose itself. So I'm going to go ahead and make this dip. Make that dip. And then I'm going to go ahead and notice the shape, how this lip kind of comes round the top. It goes all around before it kind of dips down and curves like that. Whatever you do on one side, you're going to want to do on the other side. You don't want this lip to go way up here. You don't want it to go way down there. You're making it symmetrical. You want it to do essentially the same thing on both sides. I know that the lip is going to go down to this point. All right, so I'm kind of looking at the shape. It helps to kind of draw the shape in advance. So I can sort of just see that it's going to be like mostly flat, and then it's going to curve at the very end. Boom. All right, and there's a little bit of a shadow for the chin. So at this point, that's all the information I need. If you want to add more, if you want to like sort of look and see, oh, I mean, maybe there's a little bit of a shadow I see there. Maybe you want to start putting in the shadows you see in the bridge of the nose, or like on this side, you can start shading things in. All right, but basically that's all we need to get paint going.